We're a very analytical company. Data makes decisions for us. We use a lot of different technologies that are out there, merge a lot of data together from all of our advertising campaigns, our CRM, our marketing campaigns, and use those systems to help us make decisions. One of the big things that we've always focused on were contact ratios. Hey, I wanted to put a quick little video together. This one shouldn't be too long. Those that watch my other videos, thank you. I know some of them, they're getting shorter and shorter. I'm figuring out the best way to get the content to you guys so you guys can go on with your days without listening to me chirp all the time. So anyways, have had some, like all my other videos that I've been putting out recently, more and more amazing conversations this week, last week. Something that came up that was super surprising with a group that came down last week was contact ratios. You know, we're a very analytical company. We data makes decisions for us. I mean, we use a lot of different technologies that are out there, merge a lot of data together from all of our advertising campaigns, our CRM, our marketing campaigns, get it all into a few different source of truths, and then use those systems to help us make decisions. And you know, one of the big things that we've always focused on were contact ratios. If people aren't picking up the phone, you know, you're not making sales on those individuals. So you know, one of the groups that just came down recently, their contact ratios were in the teens, and we're sitting there having a conversation, and I'm scratching my head. I'm like, man, well, we do kind of very similar advertising. You know, we do a lot of Google search, we do a lot of Microsoft Bing search, right? Do a lot of Facebook, SEO. You know, we've got a lot of digital, mainly digital advertising is, you know, what we focus on. Do we do other areas? We do, but digital is a majority of our stuff. But that's the same thing as this group, and we're sitting there having a conversation. You know, we're in, depending on the channel, it varies anywhere between 50 to typically 60%. Now, definition of contact ratio that I use, not everybody uses this, every group's a little bit different. For us, what we consider a contact, anybody that picks up the phone. Anybody that picks up the phone, okay? There are some groups out there that say, okay, well, you got to be on the phone for at least 30 seconds. Others say, no, if anybody picks up the phone and it's actually that person, so it's Susan Smith that actually filled out the phone. For us, it doesn't matter who picks up the phone. They pick up the phone. Anybody picks up the phone. Okay, we convert that from a lead to an opportunity, and we consider that a contacted lead. Not saying that's right, not saying that's wrong. At the end of the day, that's what we do, handle internally, and it works across our campaigns. So where are we at? On our social campaigns, okay, these are actually on our form submission, what we call Facebook form submission leads, we're roughly about 60-ish%, okay? Anytime kind of like search, Google leads and stuff like that, we're typically in the low 50s. Okay, those do vary based upon channel, and that's the same thing with Bing, Microsoft. We're right around the same. Okay, so our average blended contact ratio is right around in the mid to low 50s, just depending on how the mix that comes in any given month. Okay, this other group that came in, you know, they were in the teens. Okay, what does that tell me? We're doing the same type of advertising, right? Our call cadence is, you know, lead to contact, meaning once they fill out the form to us calling them, which really shouldn't affect your contact ratio too much anyways. They're using local presence as well. We use local presence. For those that don't know what local presence is, we're calling Tampa Bay 813. We're dialing with an 813 number. We're calling Pinellas County in Florida. We're dialing, you know, that phone number is a 727. We dial with the 727. Okay. We don't switch it up. We use the local presence number. I'm not saying that's, again, right. We haven't done enough testing there, but we use local presence through and through. And so does this other group. So I'm sitting there scratching my head. I'm like, man, what's going on here? It has to boil down to the technology. It has to boil down to spam, right? I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm an iPhoner, okay? And with iPhones now, less spam's popping up. It's not because of the TCPA stuff that's coming out. Maybe it has a little bit to do with it. People are probably starting to change their business because TCPA, changes are coming in February 1st of next year. But I really think it's more so the settings in, the phones, right? If it's spam, there's ways to make anybody that's spam likely not ring through anymore. Okay, well, if it's not ringing through, even if you were likely to pick it up, well, you're not even going to see it, right? So there's multiple things that I'm getting less and less spam likely calls. I've had this same phone number, my cell phone number, since it's the only number I've ever had my entire life. So I'm in advertising. I put a lot of lead forms out there and stuff like that. Shouldn't have, but I do, or I have. I don't anymore. But if you're not in the 50s, okay, using my contact ratio as a definition, then there's something going on with your technology, whether it be spam likely, whether it be the telephony system that you're using. This is the value of working with us, so this group, more than likely, we're going to be doing some business with here in the very near future. And we're going to help them. We're going to help them fix their telephony system. We're going to give them some insight. We're going to give them some tools for scam likely, making sure that, they're doing all the right things on their side to ensure that they get their contact ratio. So just think about that, right? Let's just say their closing ratio is, or let's say CPAs. Say CPAs are, for easy number's sake, say they're 500. What happens if, and their closing ratio is going to stay roughly the same, right? There's not going to be much, it's not like they're changing their pitch per se, right? They're not changing their pitch or anything else along those lines. They're just going to be getting a hold of more people, so they're going to have more at-bats, which they're going to make more deals, okay? So in that scenario, right, $500 CPA, let's just say that I said they're in the mid-teens, so let's say they're 15%. We bring them up to a 30% contact ratio at that point, which it should be much higher than that. We should get it at least we should get it in the 50s, okay? Let's say we help them get up to 30% using small numbers here, right? $500 CPA brings it down to a $250 CPA, right? All else being equal, right? So these are the little things that, we can help out with as an agency that you're probably not getting from your current FMO. Most of these guys don't use telephony systems. They don't understand the data, that we deal with. And whether you're a call center, now this other group is a call center. They do everything 100% over the telephone. Even if you're a local shop, right, and you're doing local calling and stuff like that, it's a very big deal on your local ads too. This does not mean you have to be dialing nationwide. You got to be spending millions and millions of dollars a year in advertising. You could just be a little local man shop, as well. And I say little, right? We're mind you, we got over close to a 250 million policies on the books at this point. A 250,000, not a billion. I wish maybe one of these decades we'll have that 250,000 policies on the books. But needless to say, that's where we provide value. If you're that group size in between, you're a 3 to a 50-man shop, we'd like to have a conversation with you. Reach out to us on theelitebrokerage.com. Shoot an email over to brokerage@teameip.com. Reach out to us on social media. This video is going to live out everywhere, so let me know what questions you have. We'll jump on a call. Love to have a conversation about working with you, see how we can help you out, grow your business. Appreciate you.